Hello guys, before we start today's video, I just want to say do not forget to get in on this giveaway. It is basically free for a giveaway for the bundle of Dustmorn, and if we hit 1,000 subscribers before October 4th, we'll give away a Dustmorn butcher box or play box or whatever it's called these days. Definitely, all you have to do is comment on this video right here to give away announcements, and also subscribe to Scry Guides and like it as well to get in on this awesomeness. But yeah, let's get on to Deck Tech today. See you there. Hello guys, welcome back to Scry Guides, and today we're going to talk about another precon that is coming out with all the other Dustmorn precons, which is Valgavoth's Burn precon upgrade. So everyone's very excited about this precon because it is Valgavoth's precon, and it is a precon that is considered a EDH type of level precon. Just a commander itself, you can make him CDH, high casual, casual, whatever you like. But today we're just going to talk about a very simple, easy build with him because it is basically just a burn deck. And I do like burn sometimes. Burning out your opponent is pretty easy, but let's just talk about the commander here. So Valgavoth, Horror of Souls. So 1 red, 1 black, 2 colorless, legendary creature, Elder Demon. Flying ward, pay to life. Whenever an opponent loses life for the first time during each of their turns, put a 1/1 counter on Valgavoth, Horror of Souls, and draw a card. So he has a draw engine. Like every single time they deal any amount of damage to your opponents on any of the turns, which is insane to me. But it's the first time. It's not like, all right, deal you one, draw three, you know? But I think he's really fun. He's a 4/4, but he gets very big, and the evasion of flying is huge for this type of creature, so definitely seemed really fun. And this is like, I consider this list I have here somewhat in middleware between casual and high casual. Typically we got some cards that line up with it, but let's just go into it. So right now the list is at currently like under 350, but it's gonna probably go down just because some of the reprints in here and also the pre-con price as well. So you know the gist of it, so let's just get right into it. So we have 24 creatures, and the 24 creatures are Bloodseeker, Cemetery Gatekeeper, Eidolon of the Great Reveal, Ember Wild Captain, Fate Unraveler, Harsh Mentor, Hearthborn Battler, Immolation Shaman, and Kador Doomscourge. So I basically just put on every good burn like type of creature effect in here, which I do love. We're just like burning out our opponents, you know, we're drawing card, we're getting value off of our commander when we do get them out. So Bloodseeker, just whenever a creature on the battlefield under a opponent control, that player takes damage or loses 1 life. Cemetery Gatekeeper, same thing, but deals 2. Play land and cast spells if shares a card type with exiles, graveyards, all the same stuff. I'm just very excited about this list just because you get to just draw a lot of cards off of it. Eidolon, a modern OG. Whenever a player casts a spell, whenever cost 3 or less, it deals 2 to that player. And then we've got Ember Wild Captain, which is just Monarch. Whenever an opponent attacks you while you have the Monarch, Ember Wild Captain deal damage to that player equal to number card in their hand. So pretty good there. Fate Unraveler. Basically, whenever an opponent draws a card, deal 1 damage. Draw a card. With your commander out also. And then we got Harsh Mentor. Harsh Mentor was a pretty sweet card back then, but whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield, if it has a mana ability, Harsh Mentor deal 2 damage. Hearthborn Battler, whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, Hearthborn Battler deals 2 damage to our opponent. And then we got Immolation Shaman, which is whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, land, and is it a mana ability, Immolation Shaman deals 1 damage to that player, and then he gets +2, +3. We don't really care about the other ability. We'll just get the first one. So basically another Harsh Mentor. And then we got Kadar, it's Doomscourge. So another EDH classic for the casuals and high casuals as well. When Kadar, Doomscourge in the battlefield till your next turn, creature your opponent control attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. And then whenever a attacking creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1. So that's really good. Just draw 3 off of its ability if a creature dies. But yeah, just nothing but good burn creature, burn cards. Cataract is Parasite, so whenever an opponent draws a card, if you control a red permanent, you may have Cataract Parasite deal 1 damage to that player. So draw a card, they draw a card. And then we got Mage Bane Lizard, Mayhem Devil, Mogus, Godslogger, Omnixilus, Captive Kingpin, Pain Disruptor, Disputer, Rampaging Frostodon, Ragerkin Needlehead, and Rug of Smothering. So we got quite a bit here. Mayhem Devil for all the treasures or anything that you sack, to deal 1 damage, which I do love. And then we got Mage Bane Lizard. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, Mage Bane Lizard deals damage to that player equal to number of non-creature spells they cast this turn. So 1, 2, 3, you get it right. Pretty good card. 1/4 nice blockers. Mogus, very, very old card. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Mogus deals 2 damage to that player unless he or she sacrifices a creature. And then if you have like 7 or more devotion with black or red, it becomes a creature. Then we've got Omnixilus. Omnixilus, another sweet hitting commander type of card for this deck. So whenever an opponent, one or more opponent each lose exactly 1 life, put a 1/1 count on Omnixilus, Captive Kingpin, exile top card of your library till your next end step. You may play that card. Really nice. 4/3 flyer, trample. You get them big real quick since some of the cards are dealing exactly 1 damage. And then we've got Pain Disruptor, Distributor. Whenever a player casts their first spell each turn, they create a turret token, and whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, Pain Distributor, deals 1 damage to that player. Really good. Just 1 damage. We want to just get the 1 damage in, just to draw more card, get our commander huge enough where it could just kill someone, you know. And then we got Ragerkin Needlehead, which is 1 new card from Dustmourne. Ragerkin Needlehead have first strike during your turn, and then whenever an opponent draws a card, Ragerkin Needlehead deals 1 damage to them. So basically really good against versus studying Mystic Remoras or any of that fun jazz. We got Rug of Smothering. Whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 1 life for each spell they cast this turn, which is really good. Basically, they're losing 1, or they're losing 2, or even so forth with 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on how many spells they cast. So, let's move on to the last bit here. Cellophane, Mayhem Dominus, Suit Imp, Spear Spewer, Sunspine Lynx, Torbran, Thran of the Redfell, and then Zazu, the Punisher. So all the cards are very burn stacks. This is a good chunk of the creatures are. Basically double damage. If you source you control will deal non-combat damage to opponent, or a permanent opponent controls, it deals double the damage to that player or a permanent instead. And then we've got Suit Imp. Whenever a player casts a non-black spell, that player loses 1 life. And then we got Spear Spitter. Spear Spitter deals 1 damage to each player. Sunspine Lynx. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. And then when Sunspine Lynx enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls, which is really good against those multicolored decks. 2 lands are 3 mana lands, 4 mana lands, and then 5 mana lands. So pretty good there. Then we got Torbran, which deals an extra 2 if it's a red source that deals damage, which is really nice. And then Zazu, the Punisher. Whenever land on your battlefield, Zazu, the Punisher, deals 2 damage to that land's controller. So you get the gist of it. Let's talk about the artifacts here. So artifacts are going to be a lot of ramps. So we got 8 artifacts here. So we got Arcane Signet, Barbed Wires, Crawl Space, Velvet Stone, Lightning Greaves, Soul Ring, and Swiftfoot Boots, and also Talisman of Indulgence. So we got quite a bit of ramp here. We got 4 pieces of ramp here, and also we got some interesting cards here, which a Crawl Space just make sure we don't die to our opponents because they are going to just try to kill us immediately. And then we also have to protect it for our commander also, which is Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots. And we got Barbed Wire here, which is at the beginning of each player's upkeep. Barbed Wire will deal 1 damage to that player. And then prevent the next 1 damage that will be dealt by Barbed Wire this turn. So pretty good there. You can protect yourself if you're really low, but I don't think that's necessary. We're going to burn ourselves out. We're going to take everyone with us. So let's move on to the good old 11 instants. So the instants are Braid, Bolt, Bend, Dark Ritual, Fire Covenant, Fling, Infernal Grasp, Colgan Command, Pierce of Progress, and Rakdos Charm. There's an argument where you can put Lightning Bolt in here, but I didn't want to. So we got Braid, Infernal Grasp, Colgan Command, and Fiery Covenant, and also Fling for interaction for removal. Fiery Covenant is an instant speed, wipe the board, which I do love for 3 mana. And then we do have some ramp here with Dark Ritual, and then we got some burn here with Price of Progress, which deals damage each player equal to twice the number of non-basic lands that player controls. And then Rakdos Charm, each creature deals 1 damage to its controller, which we love. Destroy artifacts, and then exile player graveyards. Really nice there. And then we'll Braid destroyed artifacts and deal 3 to target creature. And then Fling is a special card because we could get a nice 2-for-1 by if Valgavoth is a 21/21, we swing, kill 1 player, and then we fling the other commander damage at someone else also. Which I do like there. And then Dark Ritual for ramp. And then Koga Command is a sweet card. Now it's really cheap, which I do love. It can return creature card for us, target player discard card, destroy artifacts, and then deal 2 damage to any target. So, what can I say? I think this deck is very simple, very easy to put together. And then we got Throw Possibility and Withering Torment. Withering Torment is somewhat of a better Feed the Swarm to instant speed, but you do lose 2 life, and it costs 1 more. Destroy target creature or enchantment, you lose 2 life. So you don't lose life equal to government mana cost. You only lose 2, which is way better than losing, like, let's say, an Omniscience of 9 mana. You don't want to lose 9 mana. So, yeah, so let's just move on to 10 sorceries are Blasphemous Act, Chandra's Nixon, Disrupt Decorum, Faceless Looting, Feed the Swarm, Grab the Prize, Night's Whisper, Torment of Hailfire, and Toxic Deluge. So we do have quite a bit of board wipes in here. So Toxic Deluge, Chandra's Nixon, and Blasphemous Act. And then we do have some nice draw cards here, which is Grab the Prize, Night's Whispers, Faceless Looting. And then we got the interaction here with Feed the Swarm, which is really nice. And then we got Disrupt Decorum. Go to all creatures you don't control, which is disgusting sometimes. And then we got Torment of Hailfire, which is a nice finisher here when we get our opponents all to low life, and then we can make them sack all their things. Mayhem Devil out. It's just not a good combo for them, and then they just die, which is really nice. Love that card a lot. And then let's talk about Grab the Prize, which is one new card from Dustmore, which is at additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card. Draw 2 cards. If the discarded card wouldn't land, Grab the Prize, deal 2 damage to each opponent, which is really good. Just drawing 3 cards off your opponents is really good. Oh, this is going to be a sick deck. But yeah, let's move on to the last one here, which is Wheel of Misfortune. Each player, they lose life equal to the greatest cost, and then Wheel Effect, you know. You can put Wheel of Fortune here if you're bougie like that, you know, but yeah, there's a really nice card in this list. Let's move on to the last bit here, which are the 12 enchantments, which is Bloodseed Reception, Descent into the Avernus. I think that's how you Avernus, yeah. Everlasting Torment, Havoc Festival, Painful Conjury, Phyrexian Arena, Pyromania, or Pyromea, Rolling Vortex, and Spell Shock. So Bloodseed Reception really nice against those graveyard decks where they're just sacking, bringing back things, and then you get to put quest counters on it, and then once, or Blood Session counters on it. Oh no, yeah, quest counter, my bad. Whenever a card is put into opponent graveyard from anywhere, if Blood Session had 3 or more quest counters on it, you may have that player lose 2 life and you gain 2, which is really good there. Descent into Avernus is a really sweet card from Boulder Gate. A very underplayed card. I think it should be played a lot more, but that's just my opinion there. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 Descent counters on Descent into Avernus. Then each player creates X treasure tokens, and Descent into Avernus deals X damage to each player, where X is the number Descent counters on Descent into Avernus. And then we do have a lot of cards that stop artifacts, or not stop, more like deal damage whenever they sack them. So that's pretty nice. And then Everlasting Torment, player can't gain life, damage can be prevented, and then all damage is dealt through is source has Wither. So, and then Wither is a source with Wither deals damage to a creature in a form of -1/-1 counters. And then Havoc Festival, which is a spicy card that I saw, like, this has to be in here. Basically, we're speeding up the game as fast as possible. So player can't gain life, and then at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses half his or her life rounded up, which is really disgusting. We're just dealing a lot of damage every single turn, and hopefully finish out the game with that, depending on how much life our opponent has, and stuff like that. And then we got Painful Conjury. Whenever a player casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. Basically, a lot of damage with the enchantments. The enchantments really fill in with the creatures as well. Phyrexian Arena just draws for us. We lose 1 life, and then we draw a card. Pyromia. I cannot pronounce. I am so sorry, guys. I know I'm going to get someone in the comments talking about my pronunciation on this card, but it's like Pestilence. At the beginning of your end step, if there are no creatures are on the battlefield, sacrifice Pyromania. Pyromania deal 1 damage to each creature and each player. So basically, if we have this out and Valgavoth, and we have like mana, every single turn on our opponent's turn, deal you damage, draw a card. Draw a card, draw a card. Deal you damage, draw a card, draw a card, deal you damage, draw a card, draw a card. Which is really dumb. And then we got Rolling Vortex. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Rolling Vortex deal 1 damage to them. So, and then whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent, that spell, Rolling Vortex deal 5 damage to that player, and their opponent can't gain life this turn, which is for 1 red. So this is a stop to any type of life gain deck, and if your friend are playing any 0 mana artifacts, they get punished severely with this out since it deal 5 damage to that player. And then Spell Shock, whenever any player successfully casts a spell, Spell Shock deal 2 damage to him or her. So pretty good champion so far for burn. And then we got Spiteful Visions, Silveric Vortex, and Underworld Dreams. All really good cards here. So at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. This is the first time I've ever seen this card in my life. I've been playing Magic for 11 years. Never seen this card. Whenever a player draws a card, Spiteful Visions deal 1 damage to that player. So pretty good card there. And then we got Silveric Vortex, which is a classic mono red card for Legacy. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Silveric Vortex deals 2 damage to that player. If a player would gain life, that player gains no life. It's dead. So pretty good there. And then we got Underworld Dreams. Very good card. Whenever opponent draws a card, Underworld Dreams deal 1 damage to that player. So we do have a lot of draw effects that deal 1 damage, and just to get Valgavoth up really high up with counters, so we can just kill Duke mana damage. But yeah, let's talk about the 34 lands here. Arena Glory, Blood Crypt, Blood St. Mire, Bajuka Bog, Command Tower, Dragon Hall Summit, Dark Orchard, Leech, Hidden Swamp, and Rogue Passage. So let's talk about one new card here. Wait, that's not a new card. Never mind. I've never seen Leech, Hidden Swamp either. But 1 black. Each opponent loses 1 life, activates ability if you control 2 or more black permanents. So pretty good card for this list. And then you gotta know what the rest of these are. Don't need explanation for these. And then we got 7 Gorge, Smoldering March, Sulphur Springs, and Wooded Foothills. And we're playing 13 mountains and 8 swamps. I think the mana base is fine for now. You could definitely upgrade it however you like. Change this deck to whatever you like. Whatever fits your needs, whatever fits your budget, you know. But I do love 7 Gorge in here because you get to deal 1 damage to each opponent for 3. And tapping that, so four lands there to deal 1 damage, to draw a lot of cards there. But yeah, I think that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like today's video. And hopefully I help you out with whatever ideals you have for the pre-con. You want to upgrade it, however you want to go down that avenue. If you want to take inspiration from my list, perfectly fine. My lists are not like you could definitely build the entire list if you want. If you want to check out the deck list below and just copy and paste it, that's perfectly fine with you. But definitely tweak it out however you like. Definitely figure out your play style and stuff. I love seeing new decks that have a different play on it, different card that you don't normally see in a deck like that. But yeah, and definitely do not forget about the giveaway that we're having coming up here soon on October 4th. We're going to be drawing at that day for a bundle for Duskmourn. Not the special edition bundle, but just a normal one. But if we get up to 1,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away a booster box. So definitely stay tuned for that. So I will catch you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. And thank you for watching. Subscribe, guys. See ya.